Hi! In today's video, we are going to look at a review of my 2024 garden, as well as look through some of the seeds that I'm planning on planting for 2025. If you are into this kind of content, or you like things like cooking days, cleaning, animals, because we do live on a homestead, make sure you subscribe and like this video for more content. Obviously, I keep a Farmer's Almanac every year. And this year, this is our page. We are the Region 2 forecast, which has been so far surprisingly accurate for the year. But our March forecast is actually looking like we're going to be normal to above temperatures, which for us is no frost. Our temperatures stay above freezing for the duration of the month. So February will be our last frost, which means March we should be frost free. But we still probably run a risk of frost until April. Almanac is predicting we are the whole way down here somewhere. I just saw this. Where were we? There we are, Norfolk. So I'm in between Norfolk and Richmond. So I usually go by Norfolk numbers because we're closer to the water. We are about 15 minutes outside of Williamsburg, which puts us closer to Norfolk. So Norfolk is gonna have their last frost date be March 23rd. Richmond's is April 9th. So probably sometime in between there, I'll probably cut it in the middle, and that will be when I can actually plant everything, and it'll be the last frost. So I get mine at Tractor Supply, but you can get them on Amazon, and a lot of bookstores have them as well. And if you live in a more rural area like me, a lot of our local gas stations have them too. We also have Tractor Supply, but Southern States tends to be our main agricultural supplier. So usually get a handbook. This is last year's. I have not gotten this year's yet. I will probably get that in the next month or two, but it just kind of goes over different vegetables that you can grow specifically for the area. Companies, I have not gotten them yet. The first one is Baker Creek heirloom seeds, which I'm super excited for. I got lots of stuff from them. Probably more than I ever needed, but I'm so excited for theirs. They have gorgeous plants. And then Harris Seeds. I've gotten Harris Seeds in the past. That was my order sheet. Tons and tons of different information, different things. Love their mixes of flowers as well. So got a whole variety from Harris Seeds, and then Baker Creek heirloom seeds. I'm just kind of flip through a couple pages. Like, oh, it's just gorgeous. Their magazine is laid out very well. They do give you the prices for each seed pack, which is nice. Harris Seeds, I buy in bulk from Harris Seeds, so their pricing is a little bit different. You can buy individually from Harris Seeds if you buy online. Baker's Creek, I think I did buy mine online for 2025, and I've not gotten them yet, but our mail is like really wonky lately. But I will say, out of the two catalogs, I have thoroughly enjoyed Baker Creek better, just because their imagery is better, their catalog is better, their information is nice. So last year I started a book of, this is my seed book. So in this book, it's actually my garden. I call it my seed book, but it's my garden book. I have a couple random flower stickers in there. So what I did was, last year I kind of made like a vision board of what I wanted to grow, and made a list of like all the things that I could plant in our zone. Last year we were 7B. This year we've been moved to 7A. So I don't think it's a whole lot of change for us. Given where we are, we're kind of on the border. So, of course I do like I've saved different pictures of seeds that I like. Obviously I had to throw a Chihuahua picture in here. This book also has, I keep just some random notes in here, like my sourdough starter, how to start a sourdough starter. So that's my houseplant watering schedule. So these 5 to 10 is 5 to 10 days, 10 to 15 is 10 to 15 days. So that way I know which cycle for my plants to water them in. Right now I only have one living house plant, and that is a snake plant. And he is doing well. He is very tall. His name is Hamlet. And yes, he is named, but he's doing well. And he actually came with a tree for notes that I wrote down about different flowers, the temperature growing mat, which kind of shows what the hardiness is for the USDA. This map will show, you know, where you are in terms of growing. Down here where we're kind of like in between 7B and 8A. But our whole area recently got moved to 7A for some reason. So these are just some pictures of things that inspire me for my garden. Eventually I want to have a garden like that. And then, you know, like I said, just more pictures. My goal is to have tomatoes that are as beautiful as these. And then this is where I documented what I planted, where I planted it, how many of what that I packed. And then I just kind of continued on with my documentation. This is last year's garden layout, and this is really what I want to look at the most today. So Justin and I took on a project of making our garden a lot bigger for this next grow year. And this was 2024. 2025 is triple the size of this. So I have a lot more space to work with, but I have a lot more in planting. So this year I want to be very strategic in what I plant and where and what I plant things with. So last year I did radishes and carrots separate. I'm going to do them together this year. They're going to be in the same row because they grow similarly but in different stages. I really enjoyed having my Romas against the fence because the fence helped to keep them up, and then I was able to kind of tap them to the fence. Morning Glories I am not planting again. They were beautiful and I absolutely enjoyed them at the end of the season when I didn't have anything else growing. They're super, super invasive. And what I mean by invasive is they just take over. They ended up taking over my zinnias, which I got a lot of good zinnias last year. They were beautiful, but I don't want them to kill anything. So I don't think I'm going to do any morning glories. I did sunflowers along this back row and on the side. They did not grow on the side. They grew great on this back one. So I think I'm going to do all sunflowers again on the back. That worked out really well and they were beautiful. I did plant, I don't know why I keep saying paint. I did plant beans last year. I was only successful in getting 3 beans, literally 3 bean pods. So I'm gonna try beans again this year. I don't know if it's gonna work. We did watermelon. We got 1 tiny seedless watermelon. We had the little, what are they called? The little beetles that attack squash and watermelon and stuff. So we lost all of our pumpkins, most of our watermelon, all of our squash. So the other thing that happened too with our squash and our cucumber, I did not think this out too well and I planted them together, well, in different rows but next to each other. So they ended up cross-pollinating and I ended up with cucumber squash, which was very unintentional and very bitter. It was not good. I do not recommend. So I'm gonna make sure the cucumber does not get planted anywhere near squash this year. I am going to do peppers again. I was only successful in getting 2 peppers, but my pepper plants did great. I think what happened was I waited too long to do to plant my peppers, so they just didn't have time to get the proper amount of sun and all of that. I did do lettuce. I tried lettuce 4 times last year. None of my lettuce took. I am not doing lettuce this year. What is not on here is I had planted a whole bunch of herbs last year. I'm doing a whole bunch of herbs again this year, but they live in a pot on our back patio, and then because our back patio is right off the kitchen, I can just go from the back door to the stoop, get my herbs and gardening review of 2024. And my handwriting is really bad here, so I'm gonna turn it this way so I can kind of read it. Green beans were a failure. My zucchini was a failure. My summer squash, I did get 1. And cucumbers, I got 5. And I think that was really good for my first year for not really having a whole lot of time to pre-plan my garden and plant stuff ahead of time. Tomatoes, we got a bunch, but not as many as I had hoped. And I learned from that, what I did last year was I had put all of my Roma tomatoes in these seed starters that were supposed to disintegrate. They don't really disintegrate. and that stunted the growth of my tomatoes to the point where it hindered them. So I had over 100 tomato plants and really only about 15 survived, and that was my fault. So I am doing that differently this year. I'm also going to plant seeds individually, which I did not do last year. I put 2 or 3 seeds into a pod. This year I'm doing 1 seed per potting. So hopefully that helps with my start failure. Oh, I tried it 3 times and I failed all 3 times. I thought I did 4. Green peppers, I got 1 pepper. Red peppers, I got 2. California Wonder peppers, I didn't get any, but my plants look good. So I think they just needed more time and they just didn't have enough time. Radishes, I had 2 plantings of and they did absolutely fantastic. I got a whole bunch of radishes. Same with carrots. I had 2 different plantings. The first planting of carrots was fantastic. The second, I didn't get anything. I think the second planting of carrots might have been a little too warm and not given enough time. So I think that was more of a human error that the second planting didn't do well. And then I did morning glories, which did great, but I'm not gonna do them again. Zinnias also did fantastic. They just got taken over. And then I did the sunflowers and they were beautiful. What on here is that in my front garden by my door, I have a whole bunch of flowers that are all year things. Lilies, tulips, well, my tulips aren't all year, they're spring, but my lilies that I have are all year. And then I also think I have 2 other plants out there that at this time I can't remember what they are. But they're all perennials, they'll all come back, so I'm super excited to see what the garden looks like. All of my bulbs that I planted in the fall are all already growing. So hopefully by like April, I will start having tulips and daffodils and all the pretty flowers. We also have a ton of wild daffodils here, which is nice. But we don't have any of them actually like coming up out of the ground yet. So I think it might be a little too cold for the daffodils. My tulips are doing amazing. My hyacinthus, I don't know if I'm saying that right, hyacinths. They're doing well, they're growing already. So super excited about that. So this page will be my start journal. And what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to take all of my seeds, I'm gonna lay them out, and I'm gonna see exactly when and where I'm gonna plant them and lay out my garden. First thing I'm gonna do is lay out my seeds. I have a Sharpie so I can write on their seed packs. I have tons of seeds. I have quite the hoard. So these are all the seeds that I have. Some are from last year, some are from this year. I have some seeds that were packaged for 2024 that were sell by 2024. They've been stored appropriately, so I'm not worried about them. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant them this year. The first thing I need to do is kind of sort them out. Oh yeah, I'm doing Brussels sprouts this year. I forgot about that. I do have some full sun pollinators and some bird and butterfly that I'm also going to plant. I think they're gonna go in the garden as well because I want to welcome all of these. I have some cosmos. I think I had started these last year. Yeah. So I only did half a pack of these last year. I'm gonna plant the rest this year. I don't know that they'll be successful, but we'll see. Carrots, onions, all of my herbs are gonna go separate. Whoops. Mint basil, cucumber, tomato, parsley, chamomile. I have tons of herbs this year. I'm going a little herb crazy because I did so well with the herbs. Oh, 2 things of peas. Okay. Some more cosmos, different colors, chives, lavender. I have tons of peas. Some more dill. I love dill. That's why we have lots of dill in this house. Yeah. Another thing of beans. Our goal is to can beans this year, so that's why there are a lot of beans. Basil, more parsley, more cosmos, more chives, more red beans. I think I need more Roma seeds. I don't think I have quite enough of those. Summer squash. I just had a squash. There it is. Okay, I do have 2 packs of Romas, which I might just stick with 2 packs of Romas. It might be 3, I don't know. Carrots, Brussels sprouts, plants, corn, cucumbers, radishes, chives, dill. I really went heavy on this year, and then more squash. So what I want to do is figure out what to plant where. Beans are their own dedicated, they have their own area. Squash does not go with cucumber. Radishes go with carrots. The tomatoes can all go together. Which leaves these. Those all go together. Hey Google, where's the best place to grow Brussels sprouts in a garden? Hey Google, where's the best place to grow Brussels sprouts in a garden?
On the website right and garden.extension.astate.edu, they say, fall crops like Brussels sprouts perform best in fertile, moist, low-drained soils. An ideal soil pH is between 6 and 7. The planting site should also receive at least 6 hours of direct sun each day. To avoid disease problems, rotate the placement of cold crops in the garden.
So that is a plant immediately for sure. Maybe get started outside. I think I'll these two too. Yeah. So those will get sowed outside. Those will get sowed outside. These are all starting indoor. And then these. These are all indoor starts. Do not. I think we have green bean problems. Almost all of these. Alaska peas. I can start those early outside. Those outside early. Second. I think I might start them indoors. The rest of these started outside. I'm gonna do sugar. I think I'll start these two indoors. And the rest of these get started outdoors. These I think get started outdoors as well. Yeah. Okay. So all of these are going to be the ones that I start outside. And then these are going to be my indoor starts. And then all of my herbs also get started indoors. I have so many. I don't know why I thought I needed this many. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Because I love herbs. I cook all the time with herbs, so it's a good thing. Just kind of takes me by surprise when I see. I have 2 things of dill, 3 things of chives. I really like my chives. Rosemary, basil, parsley, lavender, onion, parsley, chamomile, spearmint, basil. I have 4 packs of dill. Alright, so where was that other dill? That one. Yeah, so I have 4 packs of dill. No, 3 packs of dill, sorry. 3 packs of chives. Rosemary, basil. 2 packs of basil. 2 packs of parsley. Lavender, bunching onion, organic onion, which is evergreen bunching, so 2 batches. One's Tokyo Long White and one is evergreen. Chamomile. Okay. So these are all the herbs that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move these guys. They're gonna be my indoor starts. So these are gonna be my herbs. So I have 3 packs of dill. I have 3 packs of chives. I have a pack of rosemary, 2 packs of basil, 2 packs of parsley, lavender, 2 packs of onion, chamomile, and spearmint. So all of these will get started indoors. And then all of these will get started outdoors. My flowers, I think I just can plant them directly outside. So in the butterfly garden one, it has zinnias, Shasta daisies, which are perennials. The zinnias are annuals. Garzena, sunshine mixed colors, which are annuals, and dill duckheart, which is annuals. So there's 4 packs in there. And then there are 4 packs of seeds in the bird and butterfly. And they're echinacea, which is a perennial. Phyllox, Fordhawk, finest mixed colors, which are annuals. Cosmos, which I think are annual. Yeah. And then sunflowers, which are annual. So excited about that. And then we've got 3 packs of Cosmos. So 2 are the same color because I love the pink purple mix. Actually, I guess they're not the same color now that I look at it. 1 is seashell mix and 1 is sensational mix, so they are all 3 different. And then the like orangey and red. So I'm excited to plant these as well. Yeah. I might actually start debating whether or not I want to start these indoors. I might actually. So the nice thing about these packs, if you've never gotten the packs like this from Burpee, they are typically, I shouldn't say this about all of them, but they are typically in individual packs inside of these. So you get 4 packs for $8. If you're like me, you buy them when they're on sale, which is what I did. So then they're just the simple packs. So you can pull out the packs that you want. So for example, in this one, the daisies are perennials, so I think what I might do is start the daisies indoors, and that way I make sure that they actually grow. Yeah, actually all of these are indoor starts now that I'm looking at them. Start indoors. These 2 are starts indoors. The zinnias are not. And neither is the cat. So they're okay to just sow. These are indoor starts. Those I can sow outside. I should probably open these to find out because the back part of it did not tell me that. So as long as you store your seeds well, if they say sell by like November of 2025, mine are November 2024. As long as you store them in a cool, dry place, they'll be fine. You don't have to do them. You don't have to worry about them going bad. So the only one out of this pack of like the echinacea, the sunflower, the cosmos, and the phylix, this is the only one I have to start indoors. So lilacs, I think I said that wrong. So I'm gonna start this one indoors. These 3 can go outside. And that is that is what I'm planning this year. I'm sure I will probably add some things as I go. Especially if I start seeing seeds of things that I may want to try to plant, I will definitely add them. That is that. So now I'm going to work on drawing out where I want to put everything in there. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure you like and subscribe. We will quite possibly have some 2-legged friends joining the homestead in the next couple weeks, which should be really exciting. And in the next week or so, I'm actually going to start planting my starts so that we can hopefully have a really good garden this year. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe so that you can be alerted to new videos that I post. There is another video that was filmed on the same day as this one that will go into depth with what the garden will look like, the basic layout that I'm going to draw out. And I'll also pop in some extra video about some seeds I, of course, bought after I mapped out the garden. So stick around.